SoFi is one of my favorite growth stocks right now, and here's why. Make sure you watch to the very end of this video so you guys get my full analysis on SoFi. And if you guys want to pick up a free stock with Public, check out our link down in the description below. When you guys sign up and deposit at least $1, that's right, only $1 in Public, you guys will get a free stock. And you guys can follow us on there to keep up to date with all of the different interactions and going-ons with the stock market. You can keep up with our portfolio, what we're buying, what we're selling, and a variety of other metrics. And it's a great social investing network to be a part of. So if you guys want to sign up and join today, check out our link down in the description below. But other than that, guys, let's get right into this video. Alrighty guys, here we are with SoFi Technologies. As you can see here, sitting at about $15.11 per share. This is a stark contrast, of course, to yesterday's trading session where we saw SoFi run up all the way to the $16 level intraday. Unfortunately pulled back a little bit there towards the end of the day and into the aftermarket hours. Now we're seeing here where we've jumped up in the beginning of market hours and unfortunately could not hold that position and continued to kind of dump off for the rest of the day and down trend. Now, a lot of people, myself included, were actually buying at this level literally a couple of days ago when SoFi was trading around the $15.11 level. We did see a nice recovery since then. I ended up trading a little bit of those shares, but more than likely, I'm likely going to take up a position once again with this stock relatively soon, if not at these levels or maybe a little bit lower. Again, this is a growth stock though, so a lot of the shares that I'm holding, I'm still actually holding from that original buy. I did not sell all of my shares. I sold half of my position just to take a little bit of profit, but also too, I have long-term conviction in this stock. So with this stock, I'm expecting large amounts of growth, and I think it has a lot of potential to do very well by the end of this year, if not the end of next year. And we'll talk about more of that, of course, in other videos. We always do. We talk about SoFi here. We talk about Neo. You know, every SoFi, Neo, Wish, Clove, whatever you guys can think of, we talk about it here. But SoFi is a big one right now that we're talking about, and it's one of my favorite growth stocks as well. But what I really want to talk about is this article here that I found. So the article's name is SoFi is a good value with $2.5 billion in cash after exercise of warrants. Let's read a little bit into this and what this is talking about. The extra cash will lower SoFi's stock valuation and provide a 30% annualized return. Interesting, let's read why. SoFi has tumbled since it's closed its special purpose acquisition company deal and raised $1.9 billion in cash. SoFi stock peaked on June 8th at a closing price of $23.89. Since then, unfortunately, it has fallen by 35.7% or $8.52 to $15.37 as of July 28th. However, SoFi stock is still worth significantly more, as I wrote last month. We're not going to read that article, obviously. It's worth between $23.91 and $27.80, so that's his target. We can update that target value soon. The company will release its second quarter results with more information on its cash balance and earnings on August 12th. Cash lowers SoFi stock's valuation metrics. Interesting. There's one thing to take into account. SoFi has a lot of cash. SoFi's existing $1.9 billion in cash is before any cash from warrants, which can be exercised now. That would bring in an additional $431 million plus $166 million from stock options. According to page 20 of its recent prospectus filing, this will raise SoFi's cash balance to about $2.5 billion. That's absolutely crazy. It's worth noting that the final number will depend on whether the company was free cash flow positive in Q2. There was a large percentage of its market value. For example, right now, SoFi stock has a market cap of $12.29 billion, including the exercise of warrants, options, and restricted stock units. This is based on data from page 20 of its prospectus, which reports that there will be a 795.22 million shares outstanding, with shares fully diluted. Therefore, SoFi's $2.5 billion in cash will be 20% of its total market value. That effectively lowers its valuation metrics. Wow. That's a bit of a mouthful. Let's break down a little bit about what this is all about. So a lot of this, of course, is talking about the IPO period that we saw with SoFi, where we saw a beautiful, beautiful run up all the way to the 20 level. And of course, we saw a massive pullback as the IPO closed. And of course, this happens when IPOs happen. It's incredibly common and not unheard of. And really, in my opinion, it's very normal what we're seeing with SoFi right now. Now, as far as what they're talking about with the cash balance and everything, the reason why that cash balance is it's such a big deal is because for SoFi, the largest, any company really, not just SoFi, I should say, any company that is able to have liquidity like this, able to move asset or move capital, around like this, is going to be able to really move in a way that its competitors aren't, right? SoFi managed to raise so much money with their initial public offering. And all that means is more expansion and better benefits, better metrics, better everything, right? We know that SoFi can expand because they have a lot of cash on hand and they're able to use it as a baseball bat, basically, to swing for the fences, right? And this is what we love to see with any new stock, with any growth stock, anything like this. We want to see a lot of cash on hand, because it means that the company isn't hemorrhaging for cash. It means that there's plenty of cash on hand to be used for more business expenses, more business expansion, or to pay down debts if there are any, which is really, really great to see. Now we'll kind of leave the rest of this article here. I don't want to read the entire thing, but what I do want to read is kind of the wrap up here, they always do. So using the reasons and methodology from my last article, expect to see SoFi stock rise to a price between $23.91 and $27.80. However, investors should note this might not happen until mid-2023. In other words, based on my midpoint of my price target, the potential 2-year return on investment, ROI, of 68.24% works out to 29.7% annually. It's a pretty good return for most investors. So these are the price targets that this author, of course, of the article is outlining. And I couldn't agree more. And plenty of price targets have already been outlined in the $30 to kind of $29 level anyways. So I would not be surprised at all if this stock is worth around $25 to $26 even by next year, even by the end of this year. If we continue to see great fundamentals and great catalysts, again, I think this stock could really do well long term. But again, this is a waiting game. This is a stock that it's going to take a little bit to play out, of course, because there's a little bit of short interest, but again, there's not enough for a short squeeze or anything like that. So this really isn't in kind of the meme stock territory. In my opinion, this is a classic, really cool growth stock, and it's one that I have my own money in and I really like as well. Full disclosure, I'm not trying to pump this or anything. I'm not telling you guys to invest in this. This is not financial advice. None of these videos are. This is not any type of investment advice at all. You need to do your own research and due diligence. And of course, I'm not telling you guys to invest in anything, but I do want to give a full disclosure that I am invested in this stock, and I'm not trying to pump it up by any means. I'm not trying to do anything malicious here. I like this stock personally, and I'm only reporting on information and what I see in this article and giving my own opinion about the stock. I'm not trying to provide any false information or false numbers. I saw one guy comment that one time. It really rubbed me the wrong way, because that's not what we're trying to do here. We're not trying to screw anybody over. We're not trying to trick people. All we're trying to do is provide information and hopefully keep you guys educated, and of course provide our own opinions into the public forum, what of course YouTube and every social media platform ever is made for. Now let's wrap this video up with a little bit of technical analysis. As you can see here, multiple trading days are presented here. On the very far right here, this is the last trading day we saw. Significant pullback here down to the $15.20 level, and kind of held and consolidated a little bit for most of the day, but just could not keep going. You could even say that, you could argue we saw a bit of a bear flag here and continued to dump for the rest of the day, now at $15.03 ending the day off, or $15.20, depends on which graph or which chart you're looking at. Overall, we've seen some pretty crazy price action over the past couple of days. A little bit of run-ups here, a little bit of run-ups here. Tried to hold at those levels, but just could not, and unfortunately we have dumped since then. More than likely, I think SoFi is going to go into a bit of a consolidation pattern here, even for the next couple of days, maybe weeks. We'll have to see until we have another large, substantial catalyst come out that hopefully will push the price in a direction that's favorable towards people who, whichever way people who are holding it want it to go, right? We have to see, right? Fundamentals and catalysts are so important in this kind of stuff, guys. But keep that all in mind. Always be aware of this, guys. And of course, keep it locked here, because we make videos like this every single day. We do it 4 times a day. We talk about SoFi, Neo, Clove, Wish, AMC, GameStop, whatever you guys can think of, we talk about. And we're expanding too. We're talking about all kinds of other things as well, trying to educate people on the stock market and personal finance and a variety of other things. So if that sounds interesting, make sure to subscribe. But other than that, guys, that is pretty much it for SoFi. I hope I have earned your thumbs up today. Please like the video, subscribe if you're new, hit the notification bell so you never miss a new video like this. If you guys want to pick up one free stock with Public, all you have to do is use our link down in the description below. When you guys sign up for Public with our link and deposit only $1, you guys will get a free stock of a great company like Shopify, Apple, and a variety of others. And you guys get to join an amazing social investing network and follow other cool, amazing creators who talk about stocks all day long. And we get great information out there for you guys to look at, enjoy, and consume and interact with. So if that sounds interesting, check out the link down in the description below. But other than that, guys, that is all I have for you guys today. I'm Kyle with Finance Bro. Take it easy.